Hello friends, my name is Siddharth and I welcome you to another episode of Readers Vlog. And guys, in this special episode today, I'm going to tell you about my top 10 book recommendations that you must read during this lockdown period and also thereafter. So guys, first of all, let me just tell you before starting the video that these particular books that I'm going to tell you, the 10 books, are in no particular order. So there is no particular like ranking that this is better and this is slightly better. All of them are very good. They are good, that is why I'm sharing them with you. Number two, this is not a detailed review video. So I've already posted the review of few of these books are there in my channel. So please subscribe to the channel and check the videos out. And the few books which I have not yet released the video, they are going to be there in the days to come. Number three, guys, whenever you talk about a book, we always talk about the author, we always talk about the publishing house, but sometimes we miss out the name of the literary agency, which in today's time form an equally important role, almost as important as a publishing house, in getting the idea of the author pitched to the publishing house and finally there in front of you. So the 8 out of these 10 books have been pitched by a common literary agent, that is the book bakers. So I'm not going to repeat again and again. So 8 of the books have been pitched by the book bakers except for 2, that is, one is Quantum Karma and the second one is Hold That Breath. And these 2 books, to my best knowledge, they do not have any literary agent. So that is it. And finally, there is no finally, so let's start the review. So the first book is A Marketplace for Murder, and A Marketplace for Murder basically has been written by Deblina Majumdar and it has been published by the Vishwakarma Publishers. And this book basically revolves around a disappearance or a murder mystery and has a background of a bank fraud and scam. And we are living in these scary times when banks and cooperative banks, all of them are failing one by one, and scams and frauds are ruining our country. So this is the book that actually you must is very suitable in today's time. The second book is Visions of a Summer Past by author Abhishek Gupta. It has been published by the Loxley Hall Publishers, and this is a very nice book. This is one of the most nostalgic reads that I ever had. So this book basically revolves around it actually spans 5 generations, and the story starts somewhere before the partition of India and it goes all the way down to the present time. And the main story is that there are 2 individuals whose lives are set 70 years apart, and both of them are having the visions of each other. Again, I'm not going to go into the details of the book. You can check out the videos. The link might be appearing here and there or somewhere. The third book. Now this is the last book that I have finished just almost 3 or 4 days ago. And let me just tell you that Dave the Divine, published by Loxley Hall, and the author is Rakhi Anand, is one of the most divinest read that I had this year. Now we know that in today's time, the literary houses are the books are studied with crime fiction and mythology and romance. So Dave the Divine is basically a retro kind of a story which has been set in somewhere in the post-independence era. And here basically there is a Dev Narayan who is the son of Raj Narayan, and one fine day his father, who is an eminent lawyer, he dies suddenly and he's left with the responsibility of bringing up his 5 siblings. So it is a story of his struggle. It is a story of how he pulls his family out of the poverty and thereafter. The next book is Quantum Karma. Now it has been written by Amrish Shah and it has been published by Notion Press. So it basically revolves around the life of Aditya, who is a criminal lawyer, and since childhood he has been getting visions about his past life, and one fine day he gets a perfect vision about his past life, that he has been killed in his past life by his own father. So what happens next? That is Quantum Karma. The next book is a very interesting title indeed, Who Killed the Murderer, by Moitri Bhaduri and published by the Dynamic Tree Shade Publishers. So basically it is a murder mystery, and there is a protagonist called Detective Millie Ray, and it mainly revolves around the murder of Shagun Seth, who is a eminent socialite and also a psychopath. So this is a kind of murder mystery that you must not miss. The next book is House of Awadh. Now we all know that during this lockdown period, the Ramayana and Mahabharata are again playing on Doordarshan. So the House of Awadh basically is Ramayana retold in the modern time. So what if there were characters in today's time whose life were affected just like the characters of Ramayana? So that is House of Awadh. Now the next book actually was a big surprise for me. Let me just tell you, I did not know anything about the author. I did not know the author. I had not heard about this book. So just incidentally or coincidentally, whatever you like to call it, I started reading this book. But the literary style, the writing style of the author is perfect. The story, I have not completed this book. This is the only book that I have not completed till now. I read more than 100 pages. This book is totally around 200 pages, but the story is just getting crispier and crispier, and it's creating suspense at every page. So I recommend to you Thorn Beneath Petals by Pradeep Vijay Kumar, and it has been published by the Bigfoot Publications. Sorry. By the way, The House of Awadh was also published by the Bigfoot Publications, and it has been written by Nitin Kushalappa. Okay, the next book is one of my favorite in this list. So Hold That Breath is basically is a horror book, and that is why it is my favorite. So it is a collection of 6 short stories, all of them belonging to the horror genre, and each of the stories are fresh, spookier, and you will fall in love with the horror genre after reading this book if you hadn't liked the genre till now. The next book is again, sorry, I always just tend to miss it out. So Hold That Breath has been written by Abhirup Dhar, and it has been published by the Red Grab Books. The next book is Haunted, and it is again one of my favorite books on this list. So it is basically based on the 10 real paranormal encounters of the paranormal investigator Jay Alani, and it has been co-written by Neil D'Silva, who is a leading fiction and a non-fiction horror writer of India. Now, why I like this book very much is because I shot the review video of this book actually in Bhangar. That is one of the most haunted locations in India, actually in Asia or world, I think. So do look out for it. And the last but not the least is The Treasure Syndicate. By Jatin Kuberkar, published by the Vishwakarma Publications. Now this is basically revolves around the life of Acharya Agnihotri, who is one of the lineage of the Nidhi Palaks or the treasure trove, something like that. I don't remember because I read this book around 3 months ago. So basically he's entitled with this mission of carrying out the digging of the treasures that are hidden all around the world. So this is really very wonderful book, very very well researched, and just let me tell you guys that if this book would have been published in Hollywood, it would have been already taken up by some producers and some film would have been made. So if Bollywood guys are not making something about it, the loss is yours. So guys, that was my quick, very unedited, unscripted, raw review, or what you can say, the quick walkthrough of my 10 books that I actually recommend to you. All of the books are really very nice. You will not regret after reading any of the book. So that's it for now. Please stay inside your house, stay safe, take care, goodbye.